Good evening and welcome to the Gary Brodsky Show with your host, Gary Brodsky, brought to you by GaryBrodsky.com, OccultForce.com, and BrainTrainPower.com. Okay, now we got that out of the way. Let's talk about today's women. Boy, have they changed, huh? Not the same women as the 50s, the very feminine women, nope. Not the same women as the 60s, the free love. Really, I think probably the prettiest women in the world were in the 60s. All thin, all beautiful, had that life and passion look in their eyes. The 70s, you had the disco era. 80s as well, the dancing. Now, what do you have? A bunch of unhappy, and the antidepressant list proves this, women. Why are they unhappy? Well, they bought into, and a lot of people doing this, not just saying the women, but we are talking about women tonight. They bought into the social programming, which is constructed very cleverly, that they should all be executives. Men are worth nothing to them. They're rude as fucking hell. And I'm not saying all women because there's some really beautiful gems out there. Really good, caring women, great hearts. You know, I'll get into more of that in a second. But this is what they are today. They all want to be executives and into the financial world and all this other stuff, but at the sacrifice of being a woman and being a human being, which doesn't have to happen, but it's happened. And I've studied these women for a while, and what I've noticed is, they're all into wines, and this wine's here, this is Chablis here, and this Chardonnay here. And they post that up all over Facebook. But in reality, they are extremely unhappy. I've met a few, more than a few actually, and I have not met one yet that's not on some sort of antidepressant or seeing some type of a therapist or just miserable. Because at the end of the workday, they go home and they are alone. And they lose themselves in romantic love novels. Well, in reality, this stuff is never going to happen, okay? But there's just some advice for all you guys out there that want to know about women and how to play to win. Watch the stuff that they watch. Because, as I say, with women now, you are in enemy territory most of the time. And you got to know what they think, what they watch. You got to, if you want to win. It's a game, and it's always been a game, and it's not a fun game if you lose at the game. With that being said, I have seen that the most destructive element to men being women. That's right. I have seen too many women destroy men. And I'm talking about the guy who goes into a relationship and gets totally pussy whipped and is destroyed. Little things now. Men have become so sensitized. And I want to talk about that too. Today's men, what they've become. And I'm saying all of them, not you guys. Him over there, yeah. But no, not you guys, but you see it and you can almost laugh or cry. I mean, you don't know which way to go. Incident yesterday at the gym. I know the guy who runs the gym, so I park right in front. It says loading zone. And I knew they weren't delivering any barbells yesterday. And there's a guy, I parked the car, I get out, he goes, "Yeah, parking loading zone." I said, "Yeah, I know." He goes, "Well, you better move your car, because otherwise I'm calling an officer. I'm calling an officer." This is what men have become. And what women have become is they don't know how to share. And it's got to be killing them inside. They do not know how to share or have a guy over or even know how to romance a guy. So that's why, as a man, and that includes all of you guys, you have got to learn to take the lead. This nice guy shit is not going to fucking work. Now, I have seen guys literally crumble. Crumble. They send a girl a text. She doesn't text back. What happens? Guys are fucking wreck. Okay? Which means that, yeah, if you want to really analyze that, he is totally wrapped up in the belief of a lack, that the universe will not supply him what he needs, because there's one girl who does not get back to him, and his whole life is shattered. It's epidemic. It's epidemic. But if you know how to play the game, I don't care if she's the president of 37,000 corporations. You can win. And it's all there at GaryBrodsky.com. Just had to mention that, you know. But you see them today, they are very different. And a lot of them are, let's be realistic. I'm not talking about overweight. I'm talking about like balloons, okay? With attitudes. Now, years ago, they would be embarrassed at the fact that they're like huge, and they would try to trim down. Because I always say this, there is no such thing as an ugly woman. But there's a hell of a lot of lazy women out there that have given up on being a woman just for, basically, their loyalty goes to their job, their boss, their employer. Now, most women out there are not big executives pulling in millions a year. They're working with a title. And they are struggling, and they go home at night again alone. And that loneliness starts to get to them. So instead of going out with a guy, because most guys don't know how to get a woman, because women are not going to, knock on your door and go, hey, yeah, okay? Unless you want to pay thousands of dollars for that. That doesn't count because that's just a rental, not a purchase. Okay. You have got to really know the fucking game. Got to know the game. The game is much tougher today than it has ever been because the social programming totally has taken over their mind. You've got to be able to unprogram them, deprogram, and reprogram them. And it's all right there at GaryBrodsky.com. Just thought I'd mention it. Because I have seen guys getting wrecked. I get calls, I do consultations, as you know, all the time. What happened? Well, this girl I've been after for 2 years. What, 2 years? 2 years? It should be 2 hours. That's it, maximum. Well, she's said she's going to have a date with me. She didn't show up. Then she called me up and apologized. We made another date. She didn't show up. And then I said, no, after 2, that's it. Goodbye. Get somebody else. There's women everywhere. There's one really, really pretty girl. She's the head teller in a bank. You'd think that, she was 10 times Donald Trump, who manages to keep a wife and a family and run for president, but she is too important for everybody else. But she is miserable all the time. I just pick her as an example. So everybody's become so self-important with the bullshit of Facebook and all the other stuff, and everybody has an iPhone, okay? That's everybody's life today. To me, this is an occult item. Why? It's a black mirror, okay? Look it up. Okay, questions, if you have any, GaryBrodsky123@AOL.com. If you don't have any, it's a different number. Wow, a lot of questions. Merry Christmas also, and a Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much, Alec. My most valued friend. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas. If that offends anybody, fuck you. Sorry about that. This little. What is the connection between rock stars and Shungite? And thank you for Merry Christmas as well. Well, the big connection is this. Rock stars and everything. If you think of Nikola Tesla, said if you're going to think of the world in any situation, think of it in vibration. That gives us the same vibration as a rock star. So does S1000. So you're going to give her the same vibration and get the same adoration as a rock star without having to go through the satanic insanity of becoming a rock star. And it's how things work. Everything is in terms of vibration. Your vibration is your thoughts, your ideas, your emotions, your passions, and it gives those certain signals. rocks and crystals are known to give off signals. I could do a whole show on different rocks and crystals, different woods. Everything has a vibration and an energy to it. So that's the quick answer here. And now it's time for a cigarette, which I thought was a good time now. But back to how women, Now, I analyze this even further. Why aren't women sending texts? You gotta go, past the problem sometimes. Why aren't they returning phone calls? This is very important, so listen up. Why are they sort of like letting everything in voicemail? Is it because you're not attractive? Is it because you have skid marks? Is it because you look like a jerk with hair coming out of your nose? None of the above. None of the above. You know what it is? They are afraid. They don't know how. You don't want to get a woman afraid. This is how fucked up society's gotten. You've got to know how to talk to women. You got, what's the most important thing in any confrontation? And when you meet a woman, it's a confrontation. Disarm. Disarm. Disarm them. Most guys don't have a clue. That's why I have so much stuff on mind control. Not only do I know about it, I used to do it, okay? I used to do it for a living for 11 years. If you want to read about it, the book Black Op at GaryBrodsky.com. I did mind control. I worked with the so-called New World Order. They know that. I'm not giving away any secrets. And they're mind controlled. You have to re-control their mind. It sounds mean, it sounds vicious, it sounds cruel, but it is better than the bullshit that they're buying into today. So they get scared, and they become more defensive, and more defensive, and more defensive. You got to present yourself in the right way. Now, it's not enough time for me to explain the right way, but it's all there at GaryBrodsky.com. And I got a question here. This thing is, It's updating. And here are the questions. All right. Getting women is more difficult than it ever was. But the paradox is it's easier than it ever was if you know your stuff. Absolutely true, Alec, and thank you so much for that plug. Absolutely true. Because right now you have the most lonely women out there. You see them at the gym. Now, I'm not talking about the whales. Some of them look great. And I don't have anything against fat women. Lazy fat women is a whole different story. But you see them everywhere. Women who look great. But they don't know how to connect. And they're not going to figure it out by themselves. That is why now is more important than ever before for men to take the lead. Because what you're looking for, you're not looking to No. Because guys need the passion. Guys need the excitement. And so do women. But somehow the connection got lost. So what happens? Too many women guys, they get so frustrated. Oh, she never called me back. I've been there. I've been there twice. Okay, it sucks. Nothing sucks more than that. But it does happen all the time and everywhere. So guys have to compensate, and this is sad, they start acting like women. And that you see everywhere. That voice now, like, you shouldn't park there, it's wrong. Guys have become social justice warriors. Women are social justice warriors. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be with each other, love each other, holding hands. My dream again, this year is ending, but this is what my dream is. Everybody has a dream. Mine's not cars or yachts. I already have that. It's to walk through the park one day and see guys and girls holding hands, laughing, having fun, and really, being either infatuated or in love. Even if it's going to end, it was something. I don't see it anymore. I've seen a lot of dates. I've been to restaurants. I've seen a lot of dates. All seeking arrangements. Unless 70-year-old guys are picking up 25-year-old girls, which is not happening. It's just really become a social retardation beyond the point where it even makes sense. But as Alex said before, the time has never been easier, but the game has never been harder. If you know the game, it's easy. If you don't know the game, it's impossible. It's like I deal you a bunch of cards, and you don't know how to play. My first game of poker, I was still paying off. Okay, I didn't know how to play, and they taught me good. All right, questions are coming in, and here they are. Great question. Thanks, Lonnie. Great question. If guys bought the DHEA, they wouldn't worry about phone calls. Girls would be calling 24/7. Now, that's not just Lonnie's, thank you, Lonnie, for the question, speculation. That is scientific fact. Absolutely scientific fact. Now, if you get the DHEA, and we have the only real stuff that you're ever going to find anywhere. All the other ones have calcium carbonate, which is like DHEA in an envelope. It goes right through you. It doesn't do shit. The real DHEA, 5 days on, 2 days off. This has been proven in experiments even with monkeys. Monkeys with high DHEA levels attract more women. I have a friend, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't know if he wants to. He goes to clubs. Clubs to me, not my thing, But he goes to clubs, and he said, let me try the DHEA and go to clubs. He took the DHEA, he went to a club, bang, scored. Didn't change his style, whatever. Style was basically the regular, hey, doing type style, which is not bad. But it wasn't working. The DHEA level blew it over the roof. DHEA means more testosterone. More testosterone means more confidence, freer with you. Hey, how you doing? If you're working out, it really does pack on muscles. I know the shirt doesn't show it, but because the black stripe. But yeah, these arms are big. I went to the gym today. Curls 10, 8, 6. Done. I was done. I don't work out hard. I work out smart. But DHEA will make a difference. In fact, I always mention this because it's funny. A lot of questions here. It seems that guys want to fail. And that's a sad thing. And, you don't need me to tell you that. You got to just look at the country and look. At least, Donald Trump, for whatever your opinion is, he has brought back to some degree the entrepreneurial spirit, which is inherent in all men, but has been buried. It's sad when it snows. Let's give you an example. Because kids used to come there with shovels. We'll do your walk for $40, $20, $30, whatever. They were looking to make money. Now, they're busy playing a game on their phone. And that's it. Eric, hey, good evening. Thank you for joining. Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas to you, Eric. I don't even know how you knew this, but can you develop more your view about the movie Macumba Love? Macumba Love, and this is, I don't know where you found this information out, Eric, but I have I don't know what happened, she just disappeared, a Cajun aunt who did rituals, which I do, by the way, just in case you are interested, for people to become successful. She did it for Johnny Carson, Steve Allen, and Merv Griffin. She was on all their shows, that's why I could say it, and you could actually find the clips. And she worked with Boris Karloff and people you've never heard of, including Indira Gandhi, by the way. She did rituals. And she was used as a character based in a movie with Boris Karloff called Macumba Love. Now, what Macumba Love is, because I do and I lived there for a long time, is and I had Macumba Love done to me once. I got to tell you something. Macumba Love is when you have somebody doing a ritual on you, and you are just going to pick the girl you like, and you are going to go through. It's not going to last forever. I can tell you that. Maybe, but I've never seen it happen. But Macumba love is when you have the spirits helping you. It is going to be the wildest, crazy affair that you ever had. And it's going to end. But it's been one hell of a great ride. It's like, a great ride, at the amusement park. It ends. But the ride is great. I'm sorry you can't go on the same ride twice, but there are a few billion women in the world. Macumba love is based on her rituals. And that's why, she did a lot of work for Hollywood. She was not satanic. But those crazy wild marriages that lasted like 4 or 5 months, that was Macumba love. But the movie was, I don't know how you found out about that, but she's not really the biggest secret in the world. Oh, Chris. Hey, Chris. Okay, Chris sent me the Bill of Rights here. Just kidding. We don't have that anymore. Get that? Okay. I hope you and your family had a good Christmas. Fantastic. Thank you. You too. All right. Any whiny fruitcake PC jerk off should cover their ears now. Okay. Give you some time. I hate how some fucking cocksucker that decides he's going to get into people's faces about reporting even the slightest of transgressions. First, it's very feminine for people to get in other people's cases and so-called justice warriors. Second, the New World Order encourages this kind of behavior and laughs at your expense when it happens. These are the same assholes that want to suppress us. Why play the game for their amusement? Exactly. It's really, really disgusting. It's disgusting. It really is. I saw this again at the gym because I'm there, 5 days a week. And my workouts take like 5 minutes. Bench press 3 sets of 6. The chest day is done. But there was a guy there, young guy, about 23, 24. And his father came and he goes, "Hey, I didn't know you were here. How you doing?" He goes, "Yeah, don't come into my safe space." That is not normal. That's fucking programming. And that's what guys are now. Guys who used to be like, "Hey, man, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go, grab some broads," which is normal, okay? You may be pissed off, but that's fucking normal. And now I go, "I need my safe space. Somebody may say a word that may offend me." That's not normal, okay? That is the sickest, most bizarre form of brainwashing you're going to get. Safe space and now microaggression. They want to make that legally actionable and criminally and civilly. And people going and cheering on their oppressors. I have no problem with the oppressors. I know what their deal is. I have a serious problem with people who support the oppressors and help them oppress. And you're right, these guys are minions. Of social programming. It's all social programming. I don't know how they've done it. But if you watch TV, and don't watch like, "Wow, I'm really going to enjoy this show," you can enjoy it. But if you watch it like, "Hey, I want to see where the social programming is, how they hit you." Now, one of the ways they hit you, and this is kind of interesting, is it's not what they're saying. It's not what they're really doing on TV, although that's bad enough. But they use low frequency sound, and you can check this out. Low frequency sound and flicker rate to emasculate you. They are trying to cut your balls off every which way but loose. TV, the commercials, the social programming. They really are. It's in the food, it's in the estrogen. DHEA does counter that. I know the next question is about DHEA. From a different Chris. Good evening. We'll call you Christopher. Thank you. Gary, how about some of those DARPA-approved military-grade super soldier serum from the comic books? That exists. Thank you. Yeah, and that's why soldiers come back, and this is just tragic. Soldiers come back. They don't want to carry guns. They're committing suicide. They have created a horror which is called this world. Now, how do we get out of this horror? We do not subscribe to the social programming, and it's very hard. It's very hard, but it's also very easy. I was driving around with one of my sons, and I guess I cut the guy off. It happens. And the guy drives by me and gives me his finger. I'm sure that's a clip they're going to use. Anyway, he gives me his finger, and my son goes, doesn't that piss you off? I go, no. What do I care what an idiot thinks? What the fuck do I care what some idiot thinks? And people call me an asshole, this. I don't care what a moron thinks. When you get to that point, you can live again. Because so many people are living in this world. The world where what I think don't count, what everybody else thinks of me counts. Guess what? They're going to think you for too long. I cracked a joke. This is a true story, but the joke is funny. There was a guy who lives out here, and he says, I have to move. I said, why? Like, what'd you do? He's a doctor. He goes, well, my neighbors drive a better car, and it just really bothers me. So why don't you, yes, how much does it cost you to move? He goes, oh, it's going to cost me a lot. So why don't you just buy a better car with the money you're going to move? Well, what if he gets a better car? Why don't you just burn his fucking car? But, who cares about shit like that? It's not what you have. It's what you are that's going to make a difference. Believe me, this guy is not hit with the women. He's not hit with the men. He's got no friends. But he lives in a neighborhood now where he has the best car. Well, that's great for him. Now somebody else is going to have to move from his neighborhood. So that's a whole crazy train going. And guys that think this, I'll get this in a second, that a nice car will get you women. All a lie to sell cars. But the right woman, and this is hard to find, but you can, if you're alpha. The right woman in your life, who stands behind you, who stands with you, who stands next to you, who brings out the passion in you, she'll help you get a car. Because she'll inspire you. And there are women like that. Few and far between. You should test them out as much as you can. When you find one, don't let her go. When I say don't let her go, I mean do not fail her tests. Because if you fail her tests, you're failing yourself. Her test is, let's see if I can get this guy to give into everything I asked for. You do that, you have failed, and you're going to be out the door. That's human nature. That's how women always have been, always will be. And they always have the tests. Learn to bear the storm of being called idiot, moron. Like, who cares what she thinks? Who cares? I don't care. I know women that leave me too. I'm leaving you. I'll never talk to you again. Okay, goodbye. They don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. When you react emotionally like a woman, oh my God, don't leave me in. She's leaving. She's gone. Out. I could always see it coming. Every time I do a consultation, last one was with a married guy. And I told him about 6 months ago, I said, your wife's going to leave you. She's going to take everything you got and she's going to leave you. And she's going to get the famous order of protection. He's like, why would you do that? I'm a really nice guy. He just answered your own question. You're doing everything she wants. She's going to develop hatred for you and she's going to attack you. Oh, you're crazy. Guess what? He spent 3 nights in jail and everything he has is gone. Can't see his kid. Every court order. She happens to have an attorney for a father. And all because he did, and this is something that my friend Stephen Horn researched. You want to know how to get a divorce? Very simple. Want to know how to make a woman miserable and hate you? It's very simple. Here's what you do. Everything they want. Very simple. There's a cartoon I saw. It's like, Dad, why is Mom so miserable? Because I gave her everything she wanted. Gotta learn to play that game. And every game, every tactic, and every move, and more coming out is at GaryBrodsky.com. Right now we got a sale going on. Just telling you that. I got a question for anybody out there. When stuff is on sale, people tend to buy less. When the sales go off, people buy more. Something's not right with that. Okay, time for some Mountain Dew. Yeah, you got it. This is Mountain Dew Red. I'll be up for the next 6 weeks. Excuse me, but this is to all of you. It's in red for Christmas. The other Chris. The first Chris, the original Chris. Keep me up with the Joneses. Hey, Gary. Hey, Chris. Ever since taking off the rose-tinted glasses, people who insist on buying things for the sake of buying things make me laugh. I don't understand those people. Quite frankly, I don't think these people understand it either. But they have to have the biggest and best. That's true. If I buy a house, I'm buying it for me, not my friends or family. If I buy a car, it's for me and not my asshole neighbor who I am trying to compete with. Well, Keeping Up with the Joneses was started again as social programming. Keeps the economy going. But it's gotten to the point where the neighbor who doesn't even talk to you, people are competing with that guy. And competition is good, it's healthy, but people go broke keeping up with the Joneses. How does S1000 make women crazy? It's very easy. You know, the sense of smell, which is something that most people have forgotten about. But you can forget everything about your past. You smell something familiar, and all of a sudden you're there. And these pheromones create this sense of smell will jam you. You know, you walk in a bathroom and somebody uses a sense of smell. Whoa, I can't. But there are smells that attract. That's how a lot of plants live. They put out a scent to attract the insects. You know, and the best thing I can have, and we're not talking about keeping up with Jones, we're talking about making a presentation. The best thing I could have is the right cologne. Now I don't know what's right for you. I'm not, I'm working in that business, but I do know that the other stuff is not colognes. It's pheromones that get women aroused. Because when you're talking, you're creating a pheromone. This is like adding an extra boom to it. Now, yeah, I'll admit that feminists do not like me. Not the female feminists, the male feminists. I can't figure that out, and I may be glad about that. Well, here's the last of my story for tonight. You know what you eat, because people say to me, "Wow, look at you, you're in great shape. You got a 52-inch chest, 36-inch waist, big arms. What is your diet?" The drive-through, Pop-Tarts for breakfast, soda all day long. And this is getting deep. And that's why I recommend Active and how to Active. You have to have them both. I mean, they're at GaryBrodsky.com. It's not what you eat. It's what you think. It's what you think. And I have power self-talk, and I want to just recommend that. Because you're going to talk to yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including holidays. And that's going to, whenever you're talking to yourself, you're talking to the universe. I'll do the expansion on that on one of the webinars. But you are talking to the universe. And about keeping up with the Joneses, be the Joneses. You can. It's easy. And that was cool. I had a request earlier. Okay, just got reminded. The great guarantee that we have. Now, if you don't get, for any of my products, laid, parlayed, relayed, 6 ways to Sunday, simply send an email, say this stuff isn't working. I want my money back. You'll be credited your money back and free of charge. The knife to cut it off with. Now this, of course, to take out in the street or to carry, is against the law. Just letting you know that. However, I'm showing you how crazy the law is just to fuck with your head. This is absolutely, totally legal. That, believe me, you can't cut. It's just basically a good showpiece. As far as the knife goes, I can't open a box with that. This will cut through anything. But this is legal. Yeah, that'll work this stuff. Most people don't. Most men play with, what they're doing, the guys in school, they're making them play with dolls. I was thinking back in school when I went to school, high school, okay, I didn't do too good there because I didn't really pay attention. Cause, long story than that. But I remember if you want to smoke, sit near the window. We open the window, everybody was smoking in high school. People were banging the teachers left and right. And what's really disgusting, okay, is some 17-year-old kid going, this teacher had sex with me, I'm emotionally damaged. The fuck kind of world do we live in, huh? And it just gets crazier every day. My big joke, the way things are going today, God owes Sodom and Gomorrah an apology. And that's why you get these girls, because they have nothing else to do, who go like this. Caitlyn Jenner is a hero. Now, when you hear that, okay, it's like, oh, repulsive, right? But if you think about it, if she's that brainwashed, and that easy to brainwash, if you have the skills, think of what you can do. Remember, we're not just men. We're conquerors, we're warriors, and we're winners. That makes a big difference on your approach to life. A lot of questions. I sent an email to myself, I'm going to read it. I can cast prosperity spells for anybody, and they always work. Now, this is what's funny about my prosperity spells, is people start complaining. It didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work, and boom. Not one person has it ever failed on. I can't guarantee the date it's going to hit. It's not going to. One guy hit in 3 days, $70 million from being a clerk for some city job. $70 million in 3 days. And now he's the CEO of a very big corporation. I'm not going to mention because you've heard of it. And he has no clue what he's doing, but he's doing great. That was about the best. I mean, the fastest. Yeah, if you look at my Facebook page, you'll see I have some big shots on there. I'd like to take some credit for that. Alec, I will take care of this immediately. And I have all the stuff, and I apologize. And I'm going to have to send you some free gifts. That's the way I am. All of a sudden, Gary Brodsky.com just exploded. It's become huge. It's huge. What's really weird is I look at the people on the mailing list. I always get like 10, 20, 30 signups a day. It's more than 50% women. They buy this stuff so they hope that guys will learn it so they can actually go out with a real guy. Hopefully Dan can. Chris, perhaps you can. Another Chris. Okay. Christopher L. How you doing? He's got a good question here, so everybody pay attention. How important is your general outlook on the attitude for success in life with women? It's mucho importante. It's quite important. Your attitude is everything. Everybody knows that. Your attitude is everything. Examples of attitude. Attitude is reflected in your posture, in the way you speak. And this has been experimented on a long time before I even came onto the scene. Released, not so much. But here's an example. Let's say I'm asking a girl out for a date, okay? This girl's watching, so pretend I'm asking you out for a date. And I'm like this. Do you want to go out Tuesday night? That's garbage. You pick your head up like this. Hey, Tuesday night and take your ass out. Wear heels. Look good. That's attitude. That's all there on. I have an audio called How to Be Cool. It is possibly one of the best audios out there. Maybe the title offends people or whatever. You're going to learn so much on that audio. You're going to walk into a room and all the women are going to look at you. And you can break down that social programming and you become the programmer. Yeah? Sounds mean? Oh yeah. Sounds nasty? Hell yeah. Works 100% of the time. How you walk, how you sit, how you stand, how you speak is all part of the equation. Because once you're into that role, hey, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I have to put the Brooklyn accent in there too. Guess what? All that social program she had comes crumbling down like a house of fucking cards because they ain't building nothing but bullshit. I have to push this button. Advertising. Ustream makes a lot of money off of your channel. I get an advertisement every 10 to 15 minutes. That's why I have it up on YouTube. Now, there are a couple of jerk-offs. Okay, I'm asking everybody here for a favor. They'll also go on YouTube and give me a thumbs down. Can you just give me a couple of thumbs up? But this will be on YouTube. Okay, Chris, either one of the Chris's. I have no idea. I had a direction to go with this show, and of course I went off, as I always do on tangents and stuff like that. Can you recommend a title for this show? Which I'll probably forget, so send it an email. How else are you going to do it? Again, we have some more viewers. Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL.com. As we round the thing, so get your final questions in because 12 o'clock, I have a date with a wooden dummy. Some of you know what I'm talking about. I do Wing Chun, this wooden dummy, I never win, but it's excellent practice. To make your statement more brazen and for fun, correction, you can see some big shots on my Gary Brodsky Facebook page, and they were small shots until I got with my program. That's true in a lot of cases. And this goes back years. I've been doing this stuff since I was like 15 years old. I've learned the real ancient secrets. Out of the best stuff comes out of the Cajun volume. And if you don't believe that, go down there. They're happy to help you. They are happy to help you. They're really good people. People go down there all the time for rituals. You don't have to. Now the world is connected. Now I have a new site, just mentioning this, called ridevilspirits.com. Because I really believe this, and so did every great man that has ever lived. And I don't put myself in the category of the great man, but the philosophy is still the same. The biggest problem that most people have today is they are filled with unclean spirits. That's not just Christianity. That's every religion. The American Indians had spirit chases, drums, Africa, everywhere, the Zulus. You can't find a culture that did not believe that unclean spirits screwed up your life. And I did go to seminary school for 4 years. And I've seen how people's lives can become great by getting the evil spirits cast out of them, or the unclean spirits. So just something to look at, ridevilspirits.com. It's not like The Exorcist, because that's a movie. Real life is not like the movies. Sex in real life is not like sex in the movies. Title for the show. I love it. Get with the program or die in New Age ditch. See, I'm all old age. All the old ancient wisdom. Think of the cultures. Egypt, Rome. What do we have now? Safe space? Microaggression? Sissy men? This guy is great. I've run out of things to rant about for now. I figure I can lighten the mood up with a dick joke. I'll tell you one thing. You cannot in this society have too many dick jokes, especially today. All right, ready for dick joke? Here we go. All you say about the knife is this. It looks so big. That's what she said. On another note, I need to find a knife just like yours to add to my collection. Well, if you like this one, Chris, we can work something out. Because I could, I have 4 of them. I love these. We could switch blades. It's a joke. I don't know how to do that stuff. But I do know how to do flip. It's pretty good. I can work the butterfly knives or the butterfly swords really well. But yeah, men play with men toys. It's like that movie, A Christmas Story. He gets a BB gun. People go, oh my God. There are more banned books in America and movies than Nazi Germany ever even came up with. You don't read about them? You know why? They're banned. They banned Moby Dick. I mean, what is that? Gets too many fat women worry about a Captain Ahab. But if you look back, just watch like American Bandstand or Soul Train. You see the young people, they were thin, they were in great shape. Now look at them. It's embarrassing. And if you look at Jackie Gleason now, we call him a slim. All right, I'm going to give away some secret information here. Why don't I get a flat stomach without doing shit? And this is on an audio that has so much good stuff on it, called Be More Man. Because you can. Everybody wants abs. It's like this ab workout 3, ab workout 17.5, ab diets, fuck ab workouts. You want to have a stomach like steel and flat? I'm not going to take my shirt off, but I'm pretty goddamn flat. Okay? All you got to do is pull your stomach in, hold it in for as long as you can take it, and let it out. You do that about 10, 15 times a day. You gotta wake up the next day and think, oh shit, how many sit-ups did I do? Didn't do any. In fact, I didn't invent this. Vince Gironta did. He said, and if anybody's watching who knows this, anybody who does sit-ups in my gym, I'm throwing him out. And he's a master trainer. What would he do? He'd have you hold your stomach in because there's a whole bunch of muscles that will, bleach, this, that. No. Just vacuumize, and you can check it out on Google and YouTube. Vacuumize your stomach, just pulling it in. Anytime you want, you can do it right now. I'm talking, it's hard to speak because you got to blow your air out. And you'll have a flat stomach in 2-3 weeks. That's it. You go, what's your stomach workout like, man? Nobody talks about that anymore, but I'm making a point. My stomach workout is this. 3 sets of 10 sit-ups with a weight behind my head. I started out with 5, 10, now I'm up to like 20. Looking like Mickey Mouse is. And I just do 3 sets of 10 sit-ups, maybe twice a week. And yeah, it works. And I wear size 36 pants for a reason. And I bet you Chris knows this. Because I have an IWB. And if you know what that is, I'd like to know. If anybody knows what an IWB is. Gary, you look great, Renee. This is what I'm so loyal. All right, Chris. Gary Brodsky, Wing Chun, women's success, and all the best stuff in life. Like that one too. And put that as a sub-headline. Okay, we're wrapping this thing up. Wow, this hour just shot right by. And the window keeps opening and closing. Ghosts. No, wait, actually. Have another cigarette with you guys? Now, there's a guy I know. He's my age. So we call him the ancient one. And this is where guys fuck up. He loves the show. He's not allowed to watch it because I smoke on the show. This is the kind of shit that guys fall into, and what happens? He does everything his wife says. She hates him. In fact, I can tell you where he is tonight because we have a 24-hour drugstore around here. He's standing in the drugstore all night with 3 other guys I know that are married that have not yet learned to deal with the tests. And the tests are easy to deal with. When you have a ton of self-confidence, you're going to try no tests on you. So get your last questions in. Come on, I'm enjoying a cigarette here. Time to kick back and relax. And, the guy who said this much earlier, now is the best time to meet women. It is the best of times. It is the worst of times. But if you know the game, you can do it. The game has changed. The mentality has changed, which makes it a fun and a challenge. Because if you know what you're doing, there is no one that can, no woman can resist their basic primal DNA programming. They're mind controlled to a point. And that's why I have Charles Manson on there. I'm not going to judge him. We can learn from him. Now you get a lot of stuff about that. Big deal. We learn from who has the skills. Just like if I went to the gun range and John Dillinger was there, I would like, a couple of lessons from him too. Guys who perfected their craft. I want one of these, okay? I just got one. These are great. You have been approved for a $50,000 credit card. I fill out the thing and says, you weren't approved. We're going to send you a note in the mail telling you why your credit sucks. My credit doesn't suck. But these things are scams. Last time I put my social security number in there. In 2 days, I found out I was shopping in Vietnam, Belize, Bolivia, all in a day. And the moron at the other end of the phone said, "Were you there? How could I travel through time?" This is my life. Please hold on. The next available representative will be right with you. They tell you everything about the company, except that they don't answer phones. That's funny. Okay, so, yep, time to end the show. So anybody, get in the last question. Whatever you need. Because remember, we are men. We have to play to win, to conquer. The objective is not to screw up, but to win. And if we screw up, we say, "So the fuck what? We're getting back in that game." If we don't get a text back, we go, "Hey, big fucking deal. She out, you are in." When you have that mentality, they stick around. When you have the mentality, "Oh, this one girl, you don't understand. She's different." That means you're heading for some real fucked up shit in your life. Once you get to know them, they can become different. But, guys are in love with girls who don't even know their names, and they're obsessed. "Oh, I saw her the other day." Does she know who you are? No. You're fucked. You're fucked. And not the way you like it. You're fucked mentally. Well, she doesn't like you. Well, but you don't understand. She's different. Here's an interesting thing. It says cow. Ah, yeah. This is actually from Hercules. This exactly explains working out. And I'm going to get into this because I'll go a little over time because this question is that good. If you lift a calf every day while it's young, then pretty soon you'll be able to lift the whole cow. That is the essence of working out. And it's funny, every magazine has this. This is for your arms, this is for this, for that. No. This is how you work out. Anybody who's interested. The best apparatus in the gym is 2.5 pound plates. No one ever uses them. But once you can do like 6 or 8 repetitions, yeah, the 2.5s. You don't even feel them. Then it goes to 5s. Then it goes to 10. Then you're throwing quarters on there. Then you're throwing 45s on there. And it feels exactly the same. In increments, you could build your body into iron. And that's exactly it. Perfectly said. That's how Hercules got his strength. He used to carry a calf across the stream. As the calf grew, so does his muscles. It has to happen. That's science again. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for watching. And don't forget, go to GaryBrock.com. Because the best gifts you can get are all gifts for yourself. And then the world is yours. So the usual sign off, which by the way offends people, and I don't care anymore. Want how not to offend people? Lock yourself in a bunker. Bless you all. Peace, joy, prosperity, all the good things in life for all of you. I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. And God bless you all. And I love you all. You're the best.